Hello, lurkers, and hello, all you archaeologists. I'm the John Struct, and I'm about to begin a Fatal Frame 4 adventure. Let me put this light away, because it's in my face. And it's very difficult to play a computer game when somebody's shining a light in your face, let me tell you. Right. Because I changed... let's see if we can figure out this. Because I changed the shape of this screen here in the last minute, no, now there's too much light down there, the logo is in a slightly different place than I expected it to be. But let's figure that out while we watch this cutscene, shall we? Okay, you can't simultaneously give me too much light and too much darkness. Hello, brother, who is not present but sort of nearby. Now, we're going for the trailers, aren't we? I feel empowered. That's fair enough. I never actually got rid of my Wiimotes from before. I actually bought a bunch of Wii accessories right before everyone stopped using Wiis. So I have the longer ones. I've got them. I've got 4, and I don't think I've ever used them. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we had one more person expected, but they're out of phone range. So they're like, yeah, please nudge me because I'll miss it and forget. And it's like, I can't nudge you because if you're not nudgeable, you can't be nudged. It's very difficult to nudge an unnudgeable person. Let's begin, shall we? I'm going to press the same. So I should probably mention, of course, Explodey already knows this. This game wasn't released in the West. Is that it? Like, because it's Japanese only. You can see that logo in the top. Like, you can see the logo above me right there, but the logo in the top left-hand corner, which I've sort of squeezed in there, is like a fan-made logo. This is a fan-translated game. Finding these goddamn logos in a form that I can use them in was actually quite difficult as well. But I did eventually manage to figure it out. I say that, I just didn't sleep. Not on purpose, but... We're going to press... New game. Now, let's not mess around with the options, John. Go into new game. And this version is like a version which like has it all pre-baked in, because I think you're supposed to do a bunch of stuff, or maybe that's to actually get it working on your Wii or something. We'll see how well it works. Not the highest resolution in the world. It's not Super Mario Galaxy, but okay, you can see I can chop a little bit off the bottom and a tiny bit off the right. Not a priority though. This game takes place in Japan with native Japanese characters. There's been every effort to translate the game, but please be aware that not only will the characters be speaking in their native language, but the game will contain many cultural references. Please use Wikipedia to your advantage. We appear to be in a house.
まどか、なんか思い出せた？うん、ずいぶん前のことだし。私たち5人が映っていたのは確かにこの建物ね。うん。ねえ、美咲、本当にここに来ればよかったのかな？写真の場所でも何も思い出せなかったし。もう帰ろう。私の言う通りにしてればいいの。まどかもあんな風になりたいの？そう、私たちを見てしまった。次は私たちの番だ。神隠しにあった5人が順番に。やめてよ。
So I looked through every single Wii game on the internet. And the Wii had a lot of fucking rubbish games. Right, I believe I have control. First Blossoms. Is that the Buffy the Vampire Slayer font? Right. Misaki's gone. One thing I should probably note. One, I appear to be controlling the screen. Tilt. Look at these photographs and something. So I can't just sort of casually do that because it will turn the screen. The other thing I should probably note is I've got a cup of tea. I don't want it to go cold. No, not that. I just forgot the thing I was going to note. I'm sure it'll come back to me. Okay. Photographs are littered inside the drawer and on top of the shelf. All the photos have faded, and it's impossible to know what they were taken of. We'll have a bit of explore. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because I've been playing a little bit of Trails in the Sky, I think it's called, not Of the Sky. And I've got the patch that has all the Japanese dialogue. Because otherwise, there is no dialogue. You just have to read it all. Like, I get to examine the difference between the written dialogue and what I can hear them saying. And at one point in the game, a character goes, which isn't a word, it's a sound. But I understand that what that sound means. And, you know, but like, they translated that as like a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, hang on. I can go, turn around! Like with a whipping motion. You, turn around now! Ha! Faster! More! Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm confused where I was. Right, there are some stairs. I'm not going up the stairs. Yeah, I bet. Turn around! No! Change my mind! I assume the game's going to tell me buttons at some point, so I'm going to make my way around. I don't know how efficiently I'm going around, but if any of the other games are anything to go by, I'll have plenty of opportunity to look around here. It seems like, oh, that's cool. It seems like an old-fashioned air conditioner. Does it? It seems like a bit of wall. Oh, maybe it's behind that. Okay, fair enough. Oh. Oh, I see. You were making a Fatal Frame 3 joke. There's Misaki.
Misaki.
Okay. Is Misaki from the early... Hang on, I should know this. Okay, the basic operation. Run. I press and hold the R button to run. Not the greatest font. That might be from my fault though, but I can read it. It's extra spooky because it's quite... Okay, I already saw how to turn around, or do a 30 degree. Oh, so she'll automatically turn the rest of the way around. What's nice is like the Wii forced people to sort of overcome problems, and then you can sort of use those solutions in other games. So Z button. Okay. Oh, and she automatically walks as well. That's cool. I have noticed, because the most efficient speed to run is a light jog, of course, because that way, if any monsters come out or ghosts, you're in a fit enough state to run away. But this is slightly slower than a light jog. So, whatever the opposite of well, no, we're on a sort of a version of tank controls. That's kind of interesting. Well, I guess we're... Ooh, flashlight. Now, I would have... Madoka's... oh no, Madoka says that. Madoka. Misaki's flashlight. So I would have tested it out for 5 minutes. Not a round flashlight. It's octagonal. It's round in that picture, but it wasn't. The flashlight is used to examine items that are in the dark. Use the Wiimote control. Control the flashlight by moving the Wiimote in any direction. The direction of the Wiimote determines where your flashlight will shine. Misaki isn't here. Misaki.
Misaki?
She's being ruddy, mysterious. I've got to keep it rested at a horizontal angle, otherwise it just sort of gradually just be sad. You know, like the people in Sector 5 or whatever it is, always staring at the ground looking for items. Let's look out the window, shall we? Seems to be a courtyard outside the window. The window looks out onto the wall of the adjacent building. I can't go in there. I've got to go after Misaki. I mean, this looks like the moon room. Masks. Creepy decorative masks. I like the middle one because it's got a mustache. Like, you can sort of imagine that there were 3 creepy dudes that had their faces modelled after them, and one of them's like, gotta have the tash. I'm not represented without the tash. Right, I believe we saw her go into this room here. There's some writing on the wall. Never mind. It seems to be locked from the inside. Misaki? Oh, now she can read this. Oh, it's all in Japanese. Tiny bit of slow down there. Next to the door, with Kunihiko Asao. It's a U, John. Museum written on it. There hangs a guideboard. Please direct inquiries to 2F Management Office. Well, we better go do that then. That sounds like it's back where we came, but we'll see. I believe we can make a circuit. No. No, we can't. Okay, I was wrong about that. Oh. You hear crying. Appears to be some sort of ghost. Upstairs. Before we go upstairs, I want to check behind. Nothing there. Okay. How's my volume? I think it's good. Okay. Now, before we ascend... I'm gonna drink some tea. Very nice. Cool. Yeah, it'll take me a while to remember that I can just do that. It's going to be great if I ever get startled. Ooh. I'm going to imagine that's in your college and you wasn't just in the middle of churro, just shouting at people. I don't know what a distinction is. I know there's a man of distinction. A real big spender. Lighthouse lady. Oh, I see. Fair enough. Ooh. Yes, I believe you. I may have seen you mention that around. Okay, I haven't actually explored that corridor yet. Oh, these three sure liked having their faces made into masks. Another air conditioner. Okay, there appears to be a nurse. Okay. Look at this happy chappy. Having a wonderful time. Ooh. On film reel. We're being followed by a cameraman. I don't appear to be able to open that. Okay, it's weird. Oh, we do. I was going to say, I'm used to fade outs being a bit more sophisticated than that. That's cool. Oh. Let's get ourselves a ticket to the show. Management office. Natsubata is written here. There is a gap in the curtains. The room is obscured by darkness. Well, I've got myself a beacon of light, like the lighthouse lady. Management office. That's okay. To say. Hello? Nobody's here. These are many different... I don't know what that word says. Objects that you can examine while in a room. These objects will... They'll flash, I think, and turn blue. They'll do something. Scan and turn blue when you use flashlight near them. When it terminates them, I don't. It'll do something. I'll probably recognize it. Yes, glow is probably the word. When an object reacts, to your flashlight you can examine by reaching out with your hand. The A button icon is displayed when you approach an item. To reach out to the object, press and hold the A button. This will allow you to pick it up and keep the object. If you release the A button, you can retract your hand. Stop examining. Why would you want to retract your hand? Retract is an interesting choice of words there, as if to say something's going to bite you. It's the memo to the new nurse. Something's written on the paper. I left a spare museum key on my desk for you. Please take care to lock the doors when you close for the night, as there are valuable exhibits on display. So it's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but in ancient Japan. I'm sorry, that's not even. Don't even joke about that, John. I've not played Five Nights at Freddy's, but I understand. It's about being the security guard, and that you're supposed to go spooks like that on the counter. You go, oh my god, spooks like that. That's how you do it. That's how you play Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen the videos. On the counter are old charts, records, and files, containers, and chemicals. On the other side of the glass, a stack of nurses' clothing and equipment is piled up. Yes. There are names. You do see a shiny blue orb to reach out. But what if it's a crocodile? I don't think it's a crocodile, John. What if it's a crocodile, like, you know, for taking things. What's it called? I forgot the name. Like, I don't think like anyone's used them in like 40 years. You know how like books, a staple remover. That's what I was thinking of. No, it's not a staple remover. It's an ivy pattern key. An ivy pattern is carved on the small key. SL Museum is carved on it. This is the key to the SL Museum. The room I saw Misaki enter. How did she get in without the key? You can open the menu by pressing the minus button on the Wiimote. On the menu screen, you can view the map, use items, and review notes and other files you have found. I can also open the map with the plus button. Oh. I'm in the hallway. Before I was in the... Oh, hang on. No. It's telling me to go there. Okay. What's this? Okay. So of course we have the map again. Okay, yeah. Just goes. What's that? Okay. Makes sense so far. The flashlight. The ivy pattern key, of course. Memo to the new nurse. You've read already? We have some tutorials. Also uses the newer Wiimotes. Oh, we can. These ones are much easier to read. Cool. So in case, yeah, react. Cool. There are no hints, no books. Calls. No calls, no radios, no tapes. But we have no plot summary. There was nothing has transpired. We have no ghosts. Ah, spoiler game. I didn't even know there were ghosts in this game. Let alone 233 of the bastards. Right. Been playing for 18 minutes. We have ourselves a key. We have ourselves a door. Let's combine the two, shall we? So yeah, what this has done is it's done the whole what's the name of the game? Resident Evil 4. Let's run away from the spooky song. There we go.
今の曲思い出せない。思い出したくない。早くここから出ないと。美咲を探さないと。
I'm not leaving here without Misaki. I know I won't be leaving here. Oh no, it's the opposite of that. The opposite. Hang on, I don't remember going up 2 floors. I didn't, John. You went through a door. See that? Expert strats right there. Seems to be old Polaroid photos of events on the bulletin board. All the photos are faded. Impossible to know what they were taken of. I'm going to guess faces. And people. Right, I don't know how to save, and from playing Mario Galaxy, I know that autosave still isn't really a thing at this point in time. Because Mario very pointlessly goes, do you want to save? After you achieve anything. It's like, yes, I want to save every time I achieve something. There's never a reason to not save in Mario. I never want to have not had the game saved, Mario. I thought it was this one. No. Oh, it actually says. That's new. I used the key. It's spooky over there. What's wrong with your face? Very calming in the fetal position, but we can't stay there forever. Right. New section. With a typewriter. What does this say?
Misaki?
I think it says that. There's a lot more words. An old portrait decorates the wall. The name of Kunihiko Asao is visible on the right side of the picture. It's probably the person's name. There were books in the display case. Most cannot be read, but in places the name Kunihiko Asao is visible. What if it bites me? Ah! It's Dr. Aso's note 1. Name Kunihiko Aso is written on the old notebook. There are shadows that can only be seen by mediums. The thoughts of the dead linger in certain locations. In order to reveal these traits that can lead to the spirit world, after many prototypes, the camera obscura was developed. However, it appears to need further improvement. As a result of my investigations into the mask of the Rogetsu Island, I have made use of the materials and resources here to make a film plate. It is very likely that this will prove useful in my research into the camera obscura. I am now convinced that the power exists that exceeds my expectations, and that it is related to the strong effect that photographing the shadows has on them. Medium would probably say that this comes close to exorcism. My personal experiences on this island have significantly influenced my arrival at this bold belief. I was asked to donate a single camera obscura to the main collection. I do not think this island will need the power of the camera obscura. I hope it is unnecessary. It looks unwieldy as fuck. It's an old camera. Is this the camera obscura the note was talking about? Yeah, it says there. It's right up there. It says right up there. There's the camera obscura. I'm not controlling that at the moment. Oh, have we been able to zoom before? Camera obscura captures the images of unseen things which are then sealed inside. When a vengeful spirit appears, you can trap it inside the camera. Oh, so it's like a ghost trap from the Ghostbusters. Camera obscura by photographing it, yes. Fading photos. By pushing the B button, you can ready the camera obscura. I guess that. And when the camera is ready, press the A button. Lock on! I think that says lock on. When the camera is ready, if you continue to hold down the Z button, and the ghost is in the center of the screen, you can lock onto the ghost. Probably necessary. It vanished. Just then. What was that? I believe it was a ghost. So I'll give the game this. It is a different game. I'm not just playing more of the same. Many cameras are lined up. They seem to be very old. All of them do. An old case sitting here. There are books in the display case. The books inside have strange titles. I can't seem to focus on them. How did you zoom in before? An old newspaper clipping is in the display. Most of it cannot be read, but I can see the words Dr. Osao written here and there. Moon. Yes, please. I've never understood the albums to these games, for sure. I guess. There's Yoriko Sonohara, our first ghost. I guess it doesn't save. Sorry, I just need the table with the microphone on. Hmm.
誰も覚えていないことは存在しないことになるのだろうか。私には小さい頃の記憶がない。私がいた島のこと、住んでいた家のこと、そして父のことも。私たちが神隠しにあった以前のことは何も思い出せない。一緒に見つかった4人もあの時のことは覚えていない。かすかに思い出せるのは一つの旋律。いつもここで途切れてしまう。音楽とともによみがえる記憶のかけら。この記憶は
あれが老月と二人の友達が死んだ。マリエとトモエ、神隠しにあったうちの二人。まどかは美咲と島に行くと私に告げ、戻ってない。
あの島へは近寄らないで、ルカ。お母さん、知らない方がいいことがあるの。
でも私は確かめたい。あの時何があったのか。そして失った記憶の先に何があるのか。
Chapter 1. Ruka Minazuki. Out of tune? Have ourselves a octagonal flashlight. I assume we're in the same house but a different part of the house? Right, well, before we continue, of course, I should reveal... Dun dun dun! It's been cover art for Fatal Frame 4 all along. And I just used it because it was a house, and you always go to a house, and there's always a girl. It works for all of them. Anyway, we can see where the rest of the house is there. What does that S mean? Is that a save point? Right. So the game's after the game's like the gimmicks of the numbers. So in the second game there were two people, you know, there were twins, and in the third game there was three people that you played as. But in this, it's gimmickly jumped to 5. Although he just said 2 of them were dead, so I guess there's 3. 2 of them have been kidnapped, so I guess there's 1. But we've now played as 2. You know what I mean? So it's maybe they just don't like the number 4. A picture in my head. This place, I remember it faintly. Not enough to update the map or anything, but I remember it. There's a bell and pin holder on the reception desk. The gilt surface of the bell is peeling off, and it doesn't chime anymore. Hello? What you go to get people's attention. Loud and clear. Hello! Like that. People love it when you shout at them like that. Saving! Go up to it and press the A button. That's what you do. The save... I don't know what that says. Gala lantern can be used to organise photos into an album. So, yeah, I've never understood what I've... Oh, change the game options. Okay, that, yeah, sure. Game options and change points for items, sure. But I've never quite understood why you need the photographs outside the game. Maybe just like having photographs of the game. Look at these lovely photographs of ghosts I took. In addition to the lanterns, a save option will be available after clearing each chapter. Double save. Out of tune, yes. No, don't care. My baby don't care. And we have points that we can spend. We can't afford this. This is new. We can see the film a little bit more detailed than we usually do. The resolution is higher. I forget, because I've been bumping up the resolution of the earlier games, that they were actually quite low. Sacred Water is very expensive. But yes, I can't afford anything right now. Let's leave. Continue searching around the place. We'll check out the stairs later. We'll check out under the stairs first. The door is locked. Welcome back. Did you get anything exciting from the Tesco's? What I did. Ooh. At some point you should play those games as well. The poster is attached. It's a poster of the Rugetsu Kagura dance. It seems like copies of the scenery of the island, but it's faded, and I can't see the details clearly. Oh, hello, Tan. I sent you loads of messages, but obviously, I've got, if your phone is next to you, I've got no way of contacting you, Tan. You know that. But I was sleeping, so I couldn't send you messages earlier. Okay. Sorry. Oh yeah, this is how cool people turn around, Tan. You go, turn around like that. You whip them. You go, what are you facing that direction for? I want you facing the opposite direction. Yeah. Ah, fair enough. Let's try and open the door. I've not fully examined this room though. Okay. What are you facing the door for? Face the other direction. There we go. Like that. I've been quite lucky with the changes to the Tesco's, although they did get me a load of twisters, which I should have sent back. I just ate the twisters instead, which, yeah, not less than ideal. But, lemon ice lollies. I mean, I still buy ice lollies because they're my, that's my mini treat. That's hot chocolate ice lollies. Because I'm reasonably good at eating them in moderation. There's a tall clock here. Lunar phase takes the place of hour marks on this clock. It probably has something to do with moon phases. Yes, that's a reasonable conclusion to come to. So, I control the light source, which is sort of true in the other games as well. I don't remember it really being a thing in Fatal Frame 3, but definitely in Fatal Frame 2, or was it 1 even, where I was like, haha, you can waggle the light. Yeah, I think it might have just been the first one, and then I just didn't notice it after that. There's the museum. Oh, so the plot so far, in case you've just turned up, which, I mean, is true for literally one person, the intro chapter. So, first blossoms. That sounds fucking amazing. I've got some Roundtree's push-ups pops, which are made by Nestle, so I shouldn't have even bought them, because I try not to buy Nestle products. But like they've got flavors that I like. So yes, I was gonna. So you may or may not know this game did not come out in the UK or any place that speaks English. The internet has translated this into English, and so that's this is the actual title card up here in the top left-hand corner where it says Fatal Frame 4. I believe in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer font. It was a fan-made. Yeah, it's really not. I didn't know for ages they were Nestle, because it says Roundtree, and you just go, oh, they're Roundtree. But no, Roundtree is, I believe, owned by Nestle. Yeah, I'm looking at some. So, yeah, but yes, tracking down the logos were quite difficult because not actual logos. So I had to scour the internet for like original sources of these pictures. Anyway, within a scheduled archipelago lies Rugetsu Island. 10 years ago, 5 girls, not 4, but 5, in the midst of the were kidnapped in the midst of the island Rugetsu's Kagura dance. A single detective began a search and recovered the girls, but they all suffered from unusual amnesia. 2 years later, another strange incident occurred on Rogetsu. The inhabitants of the island vanished. It was recently discovered. This wasn't said anyway. Like, when was half of this said in the... I'm glad I read this, because this wasn't said. So the bit you've missed, the intro, was two of the girls going back to the island. One of them going, oh, I'm a bit nervous about this, immediately disappearing, and then the other girl sort of looking for her, finding the camera, and then ghosts going, ah, hoo-ah! And we faded out. We don't know what happened to those yet. So yes, 2 years... Oh, okay. It was recently discovered that a large number of islanders had gone missing. The police confirmed that many had died. The deceased islanders were found covering their faces with both hands, like this. Oh, God! Like that. As if they were scared of seeing something. With an expression of agony on their faces distorted. How did you see the expression of agony when their faces were covered? I don't know. They're like, ah! Like that, I guess. Like, so you could see the mouth, possibly. I think we actually saw an example, so I should know. Well, your Haagen-Dazs. Well, the problem is, like, there's only 5 companies that make food, and they're all probably bastards, because it's not strictly speaking a monopoly. Oh, Ben and Jerry's. Oh, but like, I think Ben and Jerry's has a really good reputation, specifically because they're owned by literally Ben and Jerry. What was I saying? Eventually, the investigation came to an impasse, and the case was left unresolved. Since then, the island has become devoid of visitors, left uninhabited. It didn't stop 5 teenagers from going back there, though. Now, 2 girls, or 2, or 3. Hang on. Round trees. Which is, it says Nestle in the small print. Because of cheeky bastards. Now 2 girls come to Rogetsu Island. Misaki Asao. Is that the name from the first game? Is that the name? I feel like we've seen the name Misaki and Asao before, but I don't know where from. And Madoka Tsukimori. 2 of the 5 girls who were kidnapped 10 years ago. They can't keep doing the same characters, surely. They returned with an uneasy purpose. 2 of their friends, Marie and Tomoe, died under mysterious circumstances. Like Misaki and Madoka, the girls were victims of strange kidnapping. Their deaths closely resembled the conditions of the deceased islanders. Misaki senses a connection between the deaths of her friends and the events on Rogetsu Island. Together, they return to Rogetsu Hall to search for the truth. So this is the first time we've out and out had any narration. All the other games, all the writing is supposed to be in universe. It's really vague who writes some of the stuff, but it's supposed to be in universe. You can sort of like comparing this to Fatal Frame 3 as well. You can tell, funnily enough, because obviously this is translated by a fan, but whoever translated this actually can speak English, so it reads much better than everything in Fatal Frame 2, in 3, sorry. Which has a really weird pattern of speech. Madoka, so somebody at least with knowledge of how sentence structure works, translated this. Madoka eventually becomes separated from Misaki and finds a strange camera, the camera obscura. When Madoka looks through the viewfinder, she sees the form of a hideous, vengeful ghosts. They say hideous, but all the ghosts in this series have kind of just sort of look kind of normal. I mean, cute. Some of them are, to be honest. Like they have the sort of like sunken darkness of their eyes and faces. So I guess you could say, but like they're not like monstrous, is what I'm getting at. Hello, tiny birdie. Thanks for arriving. My fatal frame 4? 4. It's not clear that I'm doing 4 with my fingers because I'm holding this up. Luke is putting food away because he got to Tesco's. Last time I've got Tesco's twice now, and the second time, mod Luke, Luke mode. So the second time I was like, okay, I'll be clever and I'll use a wash basket so I can just really quickly put all the items in the wash basket, bring the wash basket inside, and he can go away. Because I bought lots of noodles because like that's just my lunches. They're a secure size. So and you know I buy in bulk because that's the point. You buy in bulk. So I've got like 30 of the bastards, and it's good. You sure like your noodles? Don't want you speaking to me, delivery man. Just deliver the food. I've got it delivered, so I don't have to. I've limited the interactions, and you've added an interaction I didn't want. Specifically pointing out, I'm glad it wasn't pot noodles. I did one Christmas buy 30 pot noodles because I was trying the same plan, and I realised pot noodles are a bit shit, to be honest. I mean, I don't know why that was a revelation to me, but like super noodles are like you cook them in the pan and they're a lot better than pot noodles. Even the pot noodles that come in a thing that aren't particularly good. Anyway, yeah. Oh, just silence, please. Treat me like I'm some mysterious, millionaire in a spooky story that, is it, we've not seen him in 20 years, that sort of thing. Okay, she sees the hideous, vengeful ghost, totally hideous ghosts, surrounded by ghosts. She falls into unconsciousness, and we don't know what happened to them. So now we're Ruka. We've got ourselves 2,794 points. We've met ourselves. We definitely met one ghost. Yeah, it's fair enough. That sort of makes sense. Apart from, yeah, I see why that makes sense. Okay, why is the one ghost I've met not Ghost 1? I'm not gonna turn into all. I'm not gonna check to see what number it is, but like it's clearly the. It doesn't matter. Oh, sorry. Turn around. Okay, cool. The girls in this game, of course, from Fatal Frame, we know that the best type of movement is a light jog. If somebody's threatening your life, you lightly jog away. Sure, that's not as fast as sprinting, but you're not going to get tired as easily. But the girls from this game, I'm not even sure that counts as a light jog. We're below, way below light jog territory. We've taken the sort of what's it called? Yes, well, I mean, this is Fatal Frame. She might indeed be a ghost. I don't think we've ever been a ghost all along yet. I don't know why I turned around. I have the turn around button. Like that. Right, I don't know where I'm going. Possibly upstairs, because I have not been upstairs yet. What was I going to say? Oh, yes, Resident Evil 4, where they've zoomed to your shoulder like that. So, because it's a Wii game. We were the spook. The hallway and the stairs are divided by an ornate gate. Oh yeah, I've seen this gate from the other side. There's a memo caught on the gate. Something is written on the notebook scrap. It looks like Madoka's writing. Since the silhouette of Rogetsu Island became visible, my heart has been aching. I don't remember anything about when I was on that island, but I feel like I'm suffocating. Just as Misaki said, something might be on the island. Misaki said, we're obviously going to see our dead friends while we're here. Misaki suddenly said she was going to Rogetsu Island, and I came along because, yeah, it's holiday. Oh yes, I should have asked that actually. I came along because I was worried about her. I'm afraid Misaki was tricked into going to the island. She wouldn't tell me her reason for going back. Soon we got closer to the island. Misaki was staring at it coldly. If I take my eyes off her, we'll quickly be separated, and Marie and Tomoe. If I'm not with Misaki, then what might? Of course, she immediately... Her friend, the girl from the first chapter, immediately lost her friend. Like, she went through a door, which required a key for us to go through, and then presumably went through another door, because we couldn't leave that room. It's firmly shut. Turn around! There we go, like that. Hanging ropes! Right. Probably not a great sign, but let's follow Madoka. Let's walk briskly. I think this is a brisk walk in the general direction. I'm going to have to make this window bigger to see both sets of text. Oh, there we go. That's just a second. They would have been on my actual screen, wouldn't they? Let's open the door. So what you're saying is we need a Venga Boys horror game? And, you know, anytime you hear... That's like, oh god, it's the Venga bus! They're gonna put me on the Venga bus! And it starts off really quiet. Like that. We like to party. And if you hear that, if we hear we like to party, oh god, your number's up. The Venga Boys are coming. That's all my Venga Boys knowledge. I know it's that one song and the existence of the Venga bus. I believe once I get to Final Fantasy X-2, there's also the Venga gun. I think it's a Vegna gun, but whatever. They've got a giant world-ending gun, so there's that as well. Yes. In a sort of, in a way that a bus definitely wouldn't go. You know, like the dude, the jar with the red liquid in, the way he walks through walls. I don't know because that's an American thing, but it's on Family Guy. People reference it. Kunohiko Asao Museum. Is this where Madoka went? Yes. Oh yes, we've got a button that lets us go like that. Like, so if it's like if you know, it might be a crocodile. You might go, I'm gonna grab this paper. Oh no, it's got teeth like that. You can retract, and he uses the word retract. Also, it's quite good if we find ourselves a mixing desk. We can go, which you were. You know, if we want to do the intro to Cowboy. No, let's never do the intro to that song. Newspaper, Islander extinction. Seems to be a newspaper clipping. It talks about a disappearance. How did they get a boat to this island? Suspicious deaths of a... Yeah, can you take me to the island where people keep mysteriously dying? Who are you? I'm a teenage girl. No, I don't think I'll take you to that island. Go somewhere else. Suspicious deaths of a mass of Rogetsu Islanders. Yesterday afternoon at 4:30. I think they're teenagers. They're always teenagers. When the captain of the ship Oboro Maru arrived at Rogetsu Island port, he reported that the islanders had been killed. There we go. There's the ship there. At the time of discovery, the police were concerned that the group had been infected by an epidemic since they were found in a horrific state covering their faces with their hands. Where were the remaining islanders? Traces of the remaining islanders have been seen on the island, but the survivors have yet to be discovered. I listen to a podcast called Behind the Bastards, and one of the episodes is about, because we occasionally have islands which have just been untouched by modern civilization, and colonialists really enjoy trying to send people to them, missionaries, and there's one island where just like any time that's been attempted, just people have been murdered, and it's like, cool, stop sending people to those islands. They don't want to see you. But like, there's I can't remember what episode it's on. But that's a good podcast. But yeah, it's quite famous. Like, there's that one particular island that's quite famous because like people keep dying when they try and go there. It's like, stop it. Clearly not working out for you. At the same time as and also the whole kind of missionary thing is bad. At the same time as the bodies were recovered by the police, the search will continue. Despite the fact that many of the islanders are dead or missing, there is no evidence of an accident or struggle. The islanders appear to have suddenly disappeared at the scene. The police have announced that the necks of the bodies were unnaturally twisted. Like in Death Becomes Her. If anyone's ever seen Death Becomes Her, Explodey has seen that film, obviously. With Meryl Streep and I've forgotten the name of the redhead. And also the dude from The Thing. Why have I forgotten those two names? They're both famous and a couple. I don't know if they're still a couple. They were at the time. No, hang on. No, he's not. Kurt Russell's not in that film. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about, John? But it is the person who's associated with Kurt Russell. Bruce Willis is in that film. Bruce Willis, Meryl Streep, and third person. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a weird comedy about zombies, about living forever, but secretly being basically a zombie. And Meryl Streep gets her head twisted, and she's fine because basically dead already. But anyway, it's a dark comedy. I don't know if it's funny anymore. Or if it was ever funny. What's her name? She's in the film Overboard with Kurt Russell. Nobody's seen that film. Oh god, I could have had my fingers taken off. Yes. The door's been opened. Unnaturally. Probably. I don't know. We just saw that the door was open. Wasn't really sure how it happened. Dr. Asso's note 2. The dust has been wiped off the fallen notebook, like someone touched it recently. Rugetsu Island, historically known as the island nearest to the underworld. I mean, that sounds like a tourism thing. Like, we have the world's best fish and chips. It's like, is it people really voting on that? Or are you just claiming that? Especially like nearest to the underworld. Quite difficult for people to come up with a counter to that. Actually, we're closest to the underworld because this is Pompeii, and like everyone's dead in Pompeii as well, so we're closest to the underworld. They have like rivalries. Anyway, it's that place. It's long been feared. However, times have changed. We'll get to archipelago. Do enjoy the word archipelago. It's a very satisfying word. I've not been abroad, so. But that sounds exciting. Anyway, the archipelago seems to no longer be the kind of place that is closed off to outsiders. Once there was some kind of great disaster that destroyed the island, but it started to recover. Instead of disliking an unusual person like me, they introduced me to the valuable cultural Rogetsu Kagura ritual in the islands. Oh god, are you a folklorist? The most dangerous person in these games are the folklorists, because they're the person who causes all the problems. They're like the dude with the helicopter in Resident Evil, just casually starting all these, like, tragedies, just by researching things. The man was never supposed to know. Anyway, the ritual, and the island's many beautiful clouded moon carvings. I seemed to be welcomed by the islanders to the point where it began to overwhelm me. See, I feel like the word overwhelm should always be said with that inexplicable H. I've been overwhelmed. I like that. Never overwhelm without it. Yeah. I came to this island in search of material for my camera, specific to the island's religion. On Rugetsu Island, the moon is considered a religious object. I've seen it. On the island, when the moon is inside the sun, as with an eclipse, memory and personality, consequently the soul, are revealed. It is thought that the soul remains even after the body is gone, in the other world, and that the moon is the doorway to the other world. The moon is certainly a symbol of the other world. The souls of the dead return to the island during the Kagura dance. And this is the main function of the island's masks. It's kind of starting to feel like... spoiler warning for the game Edith Finch. The something of Edith Finch. But it's starting to sound like if none of these stories existed, there'd be considerably less ghosts about killing people. Like... It feels like the stories are causing the problems, rather than the problems causing the stories. The shrine maidens wear masks during the ritual, and it is believed that at this time, the moon makes contact between this world and the world of the dead. Mask connected, welcome back, brother, to the other world. There is more than one variety of mask on the island, lace-free. There's like groups of 3 of them. They come in trios. There is more than one... Hang on, I've got just the emoji for this occasion. There is more than one variety of mask on the island. Various types used. By examining these masks, I will surely make great advances. I thought you were attacked by the Vengabus for a minute there. To the other world. What are you doing facing that direction? Face this direction! Right, there we go. I didn't... Oh, there's another shiny thing. What if it's got teeth? Okay. We'll have to be careful just in case. Oh! No, that's right. Not teeth. That face has teeth. No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine too. Okay. It's an old newspaper article, seemingly reporting Dr. Oso's visit. Could this be about the creation of this room? Oh, if only I knew other Venga boys. Yes, they say there's a party in Ibiza. Is that why they specifically pronounce it incorrectly? Like, there's an episode of Erie, Indiana, where the people of Erie, Indiana, they don't have daylight saving times. Or is it they? Yeah. So no, it's something like this. It doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm getting stuck on the details. They've not always lived in Indiana, so I guess they have daylight. They lost an hour basically, and the main character wanted his hour back. So he was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna get my hour back. I deserve my hour." And he ends up in a different world. He's in the same Indiana, but like no one else is there because it's all the people who turn their clocks back. And it turns out all the kids that are on the missing milk cartons are in this version of Indiana. So I'm thinking that, but it's like Ibiza, but all the people who went to Ibiza are on the same plane. Like they're in the same location, but on a different plane of existence. Or they only get to listen to the Venga Boys, presumably. So yeah, Ibiza and Ibiza. That's the difference between them. You get off the Venga bus and yeah. You see glimpses of the Ibiza there. Recently renowned expert on paranormal science, Dr. Kunihiko Asao. I gotta say, Japan is a booming industry on paranormal science and folklorism. They're doing very well for themselves. All these people are managing just to have jobs and stuff. Yes. I was thinking, like, the Purge. You know, you can commit during the Purge, you've got, like, a day to commit any crimes. Like, screw murdering people. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna fraud. I'm gonna rob banks. But what are you doing killing people during the Purge? Commit white-collar crimes. Be like, oh, look at all these white-collar crimes I'm committing. I'm gonna lie about it. Although, you can tell the truth during that point. Because nobody can get you. like set a thing on your computer, and all your white collar crimes, they go now, and they happen during that one day. Yeah, cheat on your taxes. Stuff. I don't know why everyone chooses to murder people during the purge. Seems like it'd be very stressful. I've not actually seen any of the Purge movies, but I just, I feel like a lot of fraud would happen during that day. I understand, like, the more and more further into the Purge movies, the more they actually become satire. The whole point is that the poor people are murdering each other, and it doesn't really affect. It's the people on top, the 1%. Like, I get that that's sort of what the Purge movies turned into, but like, I feel like it doesn't really ever address the idea that if you can commit any crime, there are better crimes to commit than murder. Like, that's the worst. Like, that doesn't. It doesn't really serve any purpose, murdering people. Unless it's like a tyrant or something. Yeah. Steal money, like rob a bank. You have money, and then it was my money. I committed the crime during the Purge. Recently, the renowned expert on paranormal science came to the island. It's been the Doctor's long-time wish as a folklore expert to visit our island and study our traditions. Furthermore, he plans to travel to the island tomorrow to observe the Rogetsu Kagura. All of these games have had a folklore expert leave notes behind, causing all this. Yeah. I mean, if you're in America, do some jaywalking, That's a really weird rule. Due to the occasion, many visitors from the mainland are expected to visit. Yeah, how would that work? Would you then be able to sue people for hitting you? Because it was like, no, jaywalking was legal on that day. Subsequent to his visit, the room advocate... I guess, no, because it wouldn't be a crime to hit you either. Subsequent to his visit, the room at Rogetsu Hall... Yeah, but, like, suing people isn't because of crimes, it's because of something else, isn't it? So, like... How does suing people work? Because surely you'd be able to sue people the next day. Because there's a different set of rules. That's litigation law. I guess it's still law. But it's not like there are different it doesn't matter. I'm distracting myself. Yeah, I guess you can't sue anything for anything that happened during the Purge. Subsequent to his visit, the room at Rogetsu Hall, the Doctor's cell currently resides, will be left open to the public as a reference and study room. Cool. They were like, "Oh, folklorist has come visit us." Wow, he's clearly so famous that we're gonna have a room dedicated to him. Oh, I'm gonna set up so many robocalls. I set it up during the Purge. Can't tell me off of that. No, it's cool. Get my squats in. Yeah. Right. So, I've got a leaky faucet. Tap, as we like to call them. And I'm just not strong enough to take the thing off and fix it myself. I understand that I need to get a washer, and I need to replace it, and that'll do it. But I've not been able to take it off. So what I do is I turn the mains off underneath the sink. But that requires me to squat, awkwardly lean in with a screwdriver, and undo it. And then when I need to do the washing up, I need to do it again. So twice a day I have to squat up and down, and I don't appreciate it at all. Anyway, that was my revenge. Although she's young, so it probably didn't really affect her. It looks like an old camera. Is this the camera obscura from the Notebook? Yes. Yeah, it says it there. It says it at the top of the screen there. Memo is written under the camera. It looks like Madoka's writing. Rogetsu Hall is just past here. Yeah, but I mean, we picked it up with Madoka in the first chapter, so we know that as well. Would the narration lie to me? Since I came back to the island, my dizziness has gotten worse. The air doesn't move. It hurts to breathe. It's the scent of the place. It's the smell. Until now, things like scents and music made me remember things I had forgotten. Like the time when Ruka let me listen to the song she made. Although I remember some things, they aren't clear. Things like a sense of touch or pain. These words are just too vague. But this time is different. From deep within me, a huge, dark mass is going to come out. Yeah, I get like how when I drink too much gin. Actually, no, I don't. I've never made myself sick on gin. Anything but gin, sure, but not gin. Gin's good to me. Someday, it'll break through my mind. Red wine. Red wine would have done. Yeah. That would be the spookiest game. Just like walking around normal houses and just go, oh, I just feel bad. And it's just because my body's decided that that's how it's going to feel. There are no ghosts except the ones in my heart. At least, it will be fine until I wait until Ruka gets here as well.